Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to a new revamped, retooled kind of podcast that we're doing. We are mixing both of our podcasts together, and we're going to try this new format out here. And of course, with forcing and fusing and doing the fusion dance together, we are naming it Lounging by the Fireside. And what does that mean to everyone out there? Basically, like I said, we're going to just going out and talking what we want to talk about, for hopefully y'all can get to know us through our YouTube videos and you'll be like, hey, what about these guys? Uh, See what we like, see what we don't like. We talk about media and also TCG as well. So we're also going to be doing that. It might be Force of Will, it might be Magic the Gathering, or even the new one. Was it Ardent Saga?
Yes, that's the new one.
Yeah. So no, we never know what's going to happen here. And that's why we're just going to, come together, lounge by the fireside, and see where this goes. So sit back, relax, and let's get the introduction started, shall we? Of course, I am Cardwell,
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Trevor.
and how we're gonna try to start doing these podcasts, well, what we kind of started at the end of Lazy Lounging, is to just basically talk something, one subject, and about ourselves. And this one is actually going to be about talk about our favorite books. Now, for me, sadly, I can't focus on reading anything unless it has pictures to it. I don't know why. Even as a kid, I had trouble reading because mostly my brain just, after I read a paragraph, I immediately forget everything that I just read, and I don't know why. So it's hard for me to concentrate and all that fun stuff. So what I'm gonna have to do is pick something, the graphic novel, and what it's called, The Max, and it basically was a comic book. It's about this big purple monster dude. I do believe they're in New York, and he has basically the night complex. So he has to protect this one lady that he's super friends with. But he kind of is mentally unstable too, and he sometimes gets transported into, well, I think they do call it Australia, into this parallel universe where he is a masterful king hunter and she's the queen of the jungle. And then when it gets back to normal New York status, he's kind of this weird, weakling, pathetic, anxiety driven monster who tries to do his best, but basically gets in her way all the time. And I relate to that 100%, sadly. But yeah, it's my favorite graphic novels because I can't just say The Watchmen because everyone should just read The Watchmen because it's one of the greatest out there. But yeah, it's called The Max with two X's because X is gonna give it to you. Anyways, with that is my book of all time. How about you, Kevin?
All right, so my favorite book is more or less a series. I I absolutely love the Harry Potter series. Call me nerd all you want, I don't care. Those are awesome books. They're fantastic to read. I literally couldn't stop reading them. So thank God I didn't get into it when it first came out, so it took me a little bit, but I'm just glad that I didn't have to wait for book 7 to show up. I could go from book 6 to book 7. So for all those that did have to wait, more power to you. And for the select few that people that don't know what Harry Potter is, it's all about a wizard, a kid that goes to school to be a wizard, essentially. But I enjoy it for what it had. Like, it has a lot of cool fights, a lot of cool stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff in it. I don't know. It's one of my favorites, and the Weasleys are super awesome because they just mess around all the time. It's fantastic.
Right.
Definitely give it a good read.
And it's like basically the later generation Star Wars, right?
I mean, I guess to a degree,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's mine.
Hell yeah. How about yours, Trevor?
For me, I'd probably have to be the same with Kevin. It's going to be like a series. My series is the Inheritance Cycle, which many people have probably heard of the movie Aragon, which is kind of a terrible adaptation of the book. I'm one of those people. But the Inheritance Cycle is about a kid named Aragon who finds a dragon egg that gets attached to him through magical powers. Then it goes with him trying to survive and overthrow the pretty much a tyrant king who has supposedly one of the most powerful dragons and magic in the realm. He has to go through that. He finds out different ways to do it. He changes how he acts through it, so he definitely is a dynamic character going through all that. It's one of my favorite books just because it has two of my favorite things: dragons and magic. I love magic; it's my favorite thing, and I get to read a whole book about it. It's pretty cool. But it just made me sad that the movie was kind of bad, and they never tried to go with more with it. But I would definitely give it a read. It's about like 4 or 5 books of the series, and it's definitely worth
How many movies did they make of it?
one.
One. It's kind of like
One terrible one.
one
Yeah.
terrible one. Kind of like The Golden Compass, which I thought was going to be a pretty big series.
Yeah, basically. I thought the movie was good for that.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, you cannot fight polar bears in armor, man. You just lose every time.
So, right?
Can't beat that. No, also with that strikes a conversation with Kevin. Did you watch the movies before the books of Harry Potter?
No.
No, you got the books first.
I think I watched the first 3 and then I read the books
Nice.
because the first 3 movies got me hooked, and then I remember I started really picking up on book 4.
Yeah. No, I remember. I can't even try to dare watch the first 2 Harry Potter movies ever again
Why?
because they're so like slow and boring. And like the third one, it picks up and like it's fantastic after that. But I
He
don't
doesn't
know.
watch kids go through their terrible times.
Yeah, the terrible times of acting and slowness and oh man, puts me to sleep for sure.
See, I think I like to watch them. I think it's pretty fun.
I like 1. 2's okay.
All right, then I'm gonna throw this out here. Kevin, what's your favorite book out of the series then?
Oh, that Goblet of Fire,
Goblet
like
of Fire.
hands down.
Oh yeah. How about Trevor? Your favorite book of it?
I'd probably have to go Aragon, the first one, just because it's the beginning. You get to go through him kind of learning everything. I enjoy it. I didn't like the second book, Eldest. It was pretty much from then on. It split the story 2 ways. One was about his cousin, and then one was about him. And I kind of was like, man, I'm okay. I didn't want to care about the cousin really all that much. Like it was a good story,
Yeah.
but I like magic and dragons.
There you go. Heck yeah. Well, those are the good old books for us then. And of course, we're just gonna step into some news that we like, what we can talk about. And right now, of course, one of the smaller, bigger things is the Nintendo Switch Lite. They have revealed it, and it's gonna be a smaller version, $100 less. But here's the catch: there's no detachable Joy Cons, and there's no like stand for it for you to like play it through the TV. Which I don't know who's asking for this, to be honest.
Are you asking for the stand or the
Just
light?
the light in general.
Well, the light is, from what I've been hearing, actually a very popular thing. Just due to the fact that of course is smaller
Yeah.
than it, and because it's a lot easier to travel with that.
Yeah. I'm sure probably in like European countries or definitely in Japan that it will be a lot better for them because they love mobile like devices. Like they love the 3DS and DS and PSP and Vita and such.
Yeah,
So having just
like
a smaller Switch might be better for them.
I know a couple people that wanted it just because they don't really care for the TV mode.
Yeah.
They have no reason for it. They just want to hold it in their hand. That works just the same.
See, I've heard that it's going to be pretty terrible. Like, there's no TV stand. It's less on everything. Sure, it is less. It's less money, but it's like $100 to get a whole bunch of extra stuff. I've heard that it's way less powerful. Like, it won't run as well. I don't know. I've heard some different stuff about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's actually surprising. I haven't seen anything that talked about that's going to be less powerful. because most of the specs are basically the same from what I am seeing. The
Well,
only
like,
difference that I'm noticing is that it has a slight better battery life, just very lightly. So I don't know if that's worth it, just for what you're going with.
I don't know, but if you're already getting a Switch, you may as well just get the ability to put it to a TV. Like,
just in case.
it's what, $100 more or $90 more to be able to hook it to a TV and do the extra stuff that a Switch can do.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it doesn't really seem worth it, but
Yeah, like we'll have to see. They probably, I don't know. It's if you're trying to give like your kids something for Christmas or whatever, spending $200 versus $300, and the kids, of course, break it. I can see it being justified. Yeah, $200 is better than 300, but I don't fully know. I do know that the light will not be able to attach to a current switch stand. Like you're not going to be able to play on a TV. Period.
Yeah.
There's no, I guess, called tabletop or whatever.
Yeah.
No, TV mode. You can only handheld it.
Yeah, I guess that just depends on your situation in life. Because like, I remember playing Zelda on my big TV, and it was super beautiful, and it felt more comfortable. Because of course I had the Pro controller with it, but ever since then I haven't actually played it on my TV. Like I've
yeah.
always taken out and played small games like Transistor, Bayonetta, or recently I want to try to get Bloodstained for it, and that might be good on both. So I don't know.
Well, it's a mobile console. Like it's a handheld console, so like you're not required to play on your TV.
I'm just hoping for the rumors to be true of a more powerful Switch.
Yeah, like I believe Nintendo stopped all the rumors about there going to be another Switch coming out this year. This is the only Switch coming out this year. There's rumors talking about, I guess, maybe a Switch Pro or something that is way more powerful. But yeah, I'd be okay with that because we could see what it does. Is it worth it? Is $100 more, or is it way more?
Gonna have to wait and see what the people say.
Hmm.
They split with
And
their wallet,
we're gonna see how this all works out. This is gonna come out this year, September 20th.
which isn't
So
too far away.
yeah, it's not close. It's closer to Christmas, so maybe people can get it for the kids. But we'll have to see
Yeah.
how well it does in the market.
But you know what? As a release date, but it might be forever until the actually whole thing comes out. Segue Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, they have announced a actual release date for their first part, whatever that may mean nowadays. It's March 3rd, 2020. But we don't know how many episodes they're going to be. First, they talked about 3 when they first released it in 2015, like the announcement trailer. And now, who knows? Who knows what Square Enix is doing? They're too busy making 20 different DLCs for Final Fantasy 15.
They are.
And I don't know what's wrong with that company, to be honest.
I don't know either. Like, I want this to come out, and I hope that it's the full game.
No,
Like,
they already know. They already said it's going to be split up.
and I think, in my opinion, that's the worst thing they can do.
Yeah, agreed.
Because it's it. Like, if they did it to like maybe some of because I was reading that's like episodic. Because I've actually never played Final Fantasy VII. I've been wanting to, haven't done it.
Yeah.
But I was wanting to play this one since it's just a remake. There's going to be no difference other than the graphics.
Oh
But
no, it's extreme difference actually.
there is.
Yeah, they changed the whole battle system. It's like,
Oh, I'm okay with that. It's a battle system.
but like they changed. It's not top down anymore. It's all like third person view, the cities, which will be super cool. But the battle system is more of like Crisis Core, if you ever played that on the PSP, or slash I guess the newest Final Fantasy 15, kind of like that.
Oh, okay. I like that combat system in 15.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because it was actually really nice and fluid.
Yeah, and I enjoy active battle systems. I mean, I super love Bravely Default and Bravely Second. I super loved Octopath Traveler when it came out. So I kind of wish when they remade it, they could have just stuck with it, to be honest.
Uh,
But I mean, good for them. Like I hope they can work this out, but I haven't had really much faith in them when they try to do something big.
yeah, I don't know. Like if they did it like the Telltale games, where they would have, I don't know, first, like let's say $40 for this game.
Yeah.
It comes out, you get it. You get your first episode, since it's classified as an episodic game. Next, like I don't know, a couple months later, they come out with the next episode, and you pay the DLC price of that or a season pass, and you get them all.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like that's more understandable. It's terrible as an idea though, but I think that would be better in the long run because people would get the game.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
well
know.
no, this thing's gonna sell gangbusters no matter what. So they're gonna make their money, but depending if
Yeah,
it's good or not.
yeah.
That's one thing I always hated about movies and games. They're just like, well, it sold, 500 million copies. Well, it's because people didn't know it was good or bad. They just were excited for it.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean it's good.
Oh yeah. When you get that hype up,
Yeah,
people will just straight up buy it. Because there was one game in particular that had massive hype that flopped was No Man's Sky.
yeah, exactly.
Everyone bought that game like crazy because the concept was amazing. A
Yeah,
week later, people were done and wanted their money back. Maybe even less. Maybe an hour later. I don't know.
I've been watching a friend play that, and it's a brand new world. The brand
They've
new world. Yeah,
they've completely changed it, and it's so much better.
yeah.
It's definitely worth getting now, not back then,
Back then,
for
I
sure.
enjoyed it back then. I didn't mind what I played, but yeah, it's completely different.
Hmm. But for the game for Final Fantasy VII, it's of course coming to PS4. Like, why wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Square Enix is like main console, so it's a system they go with.
yeah.
I can see it coming to PC for sure because Square Enix has been doing a lot of ports to PC. Possibly Xbox. I don't know.
Possibly. I mean, they're not shy anymore. They're
Yeah,
not like a first person studio, so
yeah, no
so
I
telling.
would
But
bet it would go to Nintendo too.
maybe if it can deal with the graphics.
yeah, because that's the reason why the Switch didn't get Final Fantasy 15
I mean,
as the actual game. They actually put that one as a Telltale, I think, or we're talking about that one. They like reduced the pixels and everything because it was too powerful of a game for the Switch.
Oh,
well,
Like
I did not know that.
it'd be awesome if they could do it on the Switch, but maybe they're waiting for the Switch Pro to come out.
the Switch
Like, come
Plus.
on, it's something. It's gonna be like triple the size of the normal Switch. You won't be watch that one will be a TV mode exclusive.
Ooh,
So then you have a choice. You want your handheld? Do you want your like hybrid, or do you just want the console, the TV mode?
I feel like Nintendo would be failing at that point if they just did a straight up TV only. So it's basically a new console that's never gonna match the rival consoles. So that'd be like the
Yeah,
worst idea.
and Nintendo has done things in the
Yeah,
past, so
like the Wii
there's no
U.
telling.
We don't want to talk about that.
Hey, a lot of people like the Wii U.
They dumb.
Hey, it had good games.
They
It's
were
just
they were full. Yeah,
bad concept. Like great concept, but bad.
yeah,
The Wii U paved the way for the Switch.
That it did
yeah. That
for
that it
sure.
did.
But for Final Fantasy VII, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it'll be a great game. The remake will be good. Hopefully, there's not be tons of bugs, and hopefully, they just don't cancel production of it. They're just like, no, we're gonna cancel.
I mean, no, they're not going to cancel. They'll just wait another 10 years for the next episode because that's what they do. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts as well.
That game's going way too long.
And speaking of segues, though, in China, apparently for Final Fantasy 14 question mark is that the MMO?
Yes, the MMO.
Okay, so there's mounts in there like all MMOs. There's special mounts like all MMOs, and apparently they did a deal with KFC, but only in China, which is really weird, to get a fat black chocobo. And in order
Like,
to do this, go ahead.
it's not. There's other mounts in other company and other different countries. I don't know if China's the only one that gets this specific chocobo
Yeah.
or anything like that, but the way they're going about it's kind of like pretty interesting.
And the way you do that is you have to purchase a family meal for 4, and of course eat the entire thing in front of KFC's eyes to get 1 code.
Hmm.
So
And you're like, I've been to KFC. I've seen those family packs before. I could do that. I don't even think that's possible.
no, like the picture that's on the website, that doesn't even make sense. There's like, it's like a 4 squared or 4, it is a 4 squared meal.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it and I'm seeing like I don't know, 16 drinks or something. Like I'm
Yeah, and shakes, and like it looks like a meal of for 16 people, which is
yeah, like
insane.
this would feed probably a family for like 3 days, 4 days,
Yeah, at least.
and you have to eat the whole thing just to get 1 code. So if you're and your buddies go eat it, you get 1 code. So you got to come back next week or the next day to do it all over again. I don't even think I could eat that much KFC. I'm not. Their potato wedges are amazing. I don't know if I could eat that many.
And there's pictures of people doing it too. But to think about it, there's only 1 code. So if you get your friends who play it, you're gonna have to do it every day, which is
Mhm.
gross. Or maybe you can trick your family and be like, "Yeah, let's all eat here."
Yeah. And like the chocobo that you get, it looks adorable. I guess they classified it as a black fat chocobo.
Yeah,
So I guess that's going back to like one of their. I can't remember which version. Maybe it was 5 that had the fat chocobo in it.
yeah.
I don't know if 1 and 2 had it or not,
Okay,
but that seems pretty cool.
I have the rundown. This is per person, okay? So 4 people times 4. 1 double chicken burger, 1 vegan mushroom burger, 1 5-piece chicken nuggets, 2 original recipe chickens, 1 2-piece New Orleans chicken wings, whatever that means, 1 Old Beijing spicy duck roll. That sounds delicious. 2
Condos.
Pepsis. I guess it can be any drinks, or 2
Large.
2. Yeah, they have to be large, and 2 peach oolong teas, large. That's per person. Gross.
So
Yeah,
these
that's
people
crazy.
must be going together with all these pictures. They must be going together and getting multiple and just eating them all together.
Like, so 1 person has to eat all of that. No, 1 person has to eat 4 times of that if they want 1 code.
Well, they don't have to eat it 4 times.
No,
That's
that
the
is.
family
No,
4
that's
pack.
what it says. It's literally what it says.
Yeah, yeah. But that amount that William just read, that is the family deal for 4.
No, that's a family
Yeah.
deal for 1. So you have to do it for 4, which is 4 times.
No, because you get 4 drinks. You get 2 Pepsis and 2 teas. So
Yeah,
that's
but it's
4 people.
right under it. That doesn't sound so bad, right? Except that that's person. Per person, you actually get 4 times that amount.
Yeah.
So that's 1 person having to eat all of that and drink the 4 drinks.
What is China's problem?
I don't know. I don't know. Abundance, apparently. They have abundant. They're becoming America.
Wait, didn't China have obesity problems here recently?
Well, now I can see why.
Right?
Gaming
I think I'm
companies.
being with that. Yeah, I want to try their duck roll for sure.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
does sound good.
Sounds pretty good.
I don't know where they came up with the New Orleans chicken wings.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
Must be the sauce.
Right, possibly. But okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's too much.
Yeah. Like, why do they have to throw so many drinks out? What the
That sounds
deuce, man?
terrible.
That's way too much. To get 1 code, well, that chocobo better be the best mount you've ever had in your life.
I love
For sure.
apparently there's a forum dedicated to try to do this. Our team was wiped. Failed to pull the roll and the burger apart during part 2. Just leave the Coke alone. Focus on the chicken.
Like sometimes, like you gotta have a
It's
strategy.
dedication.
Yeah, dedication. Gotta go in there. This actually reminds me of Persona 5. Do you ever went to the Big Bang Burger in it?
Yeah, yeah.
There's always a challenge that you had to eat a massive burger, and if you did it, you get like lots of uh, social points,
Yeah.
and you'd have to have certain points to be able to eat it. And I was like, what? How, is this a thing? Apparently, it is a thing in China and maybe in Japan.
Well,
They love to do all these massive amounts of food.
that's where like Kimbayoshi come right Bayashi, the basically the renowned eating champions. It is an honor to keep challenging the cook to order more food and besting them at doing that in Japan.
Oh, that's nice to know. I didn't know that. I just now thought of something about this. It says like you have to eat it. Can I just eat some of it? Tell my buddy, hey, watch this for me. Run around the block, get hungry, come back, eat, and then you're eating all.
No. They said that later on that a dude tried to go to the bathroom and they took his meal and gave him a whole brand new one.
Ah, hey, free food, right?
Gotta poop yourself. Yeah.
I don't know. So for the lesson learned is if you want a good chocobo mount, you got to be able to eat.
Right?
Or just don't do it. Just don't feed into that, please.
Or pay somebody to do it. Like, hey, I need you to eat this entire thing in one sitting for me. Give me the code. I'll pay you this much money.
Yeah, go to a bunch of homeless people. Be like, I'm gonna pay you this amount and this food. Eat this right now for me. Done. That's how you feed world hunger and get a little code.
There you go.
See? How you do it.
I don't think it's going to work as well as you think.
Probably not. But I mean,
Props
if
for
you're feeding
trying.
homeless people, who cares?
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently, people have soloed this, and I don't know how they did it.
Magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that, we'll go into the next news that we have here. It's not too bad. We'll see how it goes, but the the thing that spikes me the most is that Amazon has a game studio now. They're working with Athlon Games, which I have no idea about anything. That they were created in 2015, I do believe I read, and they haven't made anything but this game. And it's a free-to-play Lord of the Rings MMO for PC and console.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they didn't say what age it's going to be, but it's definitely not in the third age, which is with Frodo and Legolas and Aragorn and stuff. So they said in the deep past, so probably the first age.
Yeah, they wanted to avoid any canonical issues
Or conical.
with it. Conical, canonical. You tell us which one you prefer.
Yeah.
But like, I know that there was a Lord of the Rings MMOs in the past. People enjoyed those. I wonder how this one's going to work out. Especially since it's free to play, there's going to be a lot of can't think of it, microtransactions.
Yeah. Jinx. And speaking of the
Or
Chinese market, they love free to play MMOs, so they're just gonna think.
mhm.
I think this one's going to do pretty well just because of the thing it's set in. Everyone likes Lord of the Rings and that, like, or most everyone likes that genre.
Yeah, it's saying that they have some like veteran developers who've worked on WoW and Destiny. So like the Destiny part of that doesn't sound great.
Yeah.
Just due to the fact that me and William dislike Destiny.
Yeah. Really bad.
But at least they have people that know how to do it. They've worked on popular MMOs. So I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I like to give it a try to see how well it works, see how the combat is.
for all we know, the people that worked on those were like beta testers or whatever,
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll get more news about this. See how good this is. And I guess last on the news that we have, which Avengers Endgame is approaching like one of the greatest, movies of money making kind.
he says that with disdain in his voice.
Yeah.
Just he values Avatar for far more than Endgame.
I don't know far more, but I mean, I thought. Can I say
You said
Avatar was a better game movie?
Avatar was a great movie,
Avatar
especially
was a
especially for the time that it was with,
yeah,
because it's like super huge for what it did.
agreed.
But like their in-game is approaching Avatar at about like 7 million away from tying it, and then once they do that, they're gonna be the number one grossing movie in the world, I believe.
Which is
Like
kind.
that's a huge feat.
It is. It's sad, like the old movies, like Star Wars was up there forever, but now the whole world is seeing movies like we do. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
because
they
of
count inflation, but I'm sure they don't also count like Chinese, Asian, Europe market.
yeah, that could be a big issue too. But like for was it Star Wars? Everyone loves Star Wars, but that one back then there was like a very small crowd that it hit.
Yeah,
These movies now are kind of more aimed towards a much wider variety to a degree.
basically any
And
human breeding.
yeah, and as you said, more people are willing to watch these things now.
Yeah. The nerds have risen and they have sickened me.
Yeah, but I'm glad for Disney. They're getting up there. And then I can't think of his name who made Avatar,
James Cameron.
but James Cameron. Well, he's going to come out with Avatar too. Let's see if that one beats it. Which movie's going to be on top? Avengers or Avatar 2? That's what's going to be the new story.
Well, Avatar was just a genius thing at the moment with the 3D, so I don't think it's going to be that big anymore. I mean, how do you make a sequel to that?
I don't know, but he started working the sequel, I think, a year or two after Avatar came out. So he's been working on it for several years. So there's no telling. If you've been working on a movie for a good amount of time, then you're making sure that's like perfect. Yeah.
Old James Cameron.
Speaking of movies, whatever movies are coming out this week that we care for, we're going to talk about, and that's The Lion King. I can go at it. I hope it's good.
Why does that sound so sad?
I'm in the category of it was an animated cartoon. It's just a CG animated thing. So it's like, why do it?
We all know you're gonna go there and you're gonna love listening to Seth Rogen.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my favorite part, to be honest. And I hope he does his laugh. I can't mimic his laugh. No one can.
Lion King is gonna be an amazing movie for being turned into one of the live action CGIs. It's still animated, which is kind of weird how they're going live action. Yeah,
I think they should have done it with people, like human beings in their setting. I think that would have been awesome.
they've kind of already done that. It's called Hamlet.
Well, yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
same thing, but
So
No, I think it's gonna be fantastic. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Like, because then it's not gonna be the exact same. From what I understand of all the like reviews, apparently Beyonce crushes that movie as Nala. So I'm pretty excited.
it's Beyonce. It's on. She's not gonna have problems with that
I
for
mean,
sure.
it is the queen. So like, I get it.
well, hopefully, what is it? Danny Glover. He does really well as Simba.
Hmm. Yeah, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. What did I say?
He said Danny.
Danny Glover.
But of
Oh,
course,
that's a different dude for sure.
yeah. But of course, you also get James Jones to replay his role as Mufasa, so that's pretty cool. And of course, you get Seth Rogen as Pumbaa. Like, who else could you get?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody, no one
You want?
else.
But like, Disney released their what is it? Their music that they've done early, I believe a week early. So I've been listening to that somewhat. Like so far, the vocals on the people are actually really good. They actually keep the songs very consistent with the original. There's like a little slight differences in a couple, but not too big, except for Be Prepared by Scar. I was expecting and hoping that one to be great. Scar basically just speaks. He just talks. He doesn't really sing.
Bad,
Kind of disappoints me.
right? Yeah, that's one of the better songs for sure in that movie.
Yeah, but I'm definitely waiting for Can't Wait to Be King. That song.
Did
Song
Whoopi
songs better be
Goldberg,
good.
is she's coming back for the hyena?
No,
No.
Hmm.
Not as far as I know.
no, it's a different person. I know. I think it's Key from Key and Peele.
Hell yeah.
I think he's one of the hyenas.
That works. Is one of the hyenas name Carmia?
I have no idea.
Kamari? Well, that's who he plays. I don't remember if that's one of the hyenas' names or not.
Probably is. I don't know if they actually told their actual names.
Yeah, it is the. You remember the dumb hyena, the one that always bites its leg and everything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he plays. That's who he's voicing.
Okay. Guess
Like,
that
oh.
works.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, we'll see it by next podcast. We will not seen it yet. Well, I don't know if y'all are gonna go see it, but we're because there's a special here in this town where it's like Tuesdays $5.
Yeah, we're gonna say on Tuesdays.
So next podcast,
We'll let you know.
we'll let you know.
Yep.
Okay, and we would also actually talk about anything else released that came out that we're excited for. The only video game that's like Marvel Universe or whatever, we don't care about it. Or, yeah, Marvel
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 3.
It's not a game any of us really care about here. It's just being ported over to the Switch. That's about it.
We really don't have friends, and especially friends who are going to be next to us the whole time. We don't like that.
Oh, it's just a ported over game?
Yeah.
New Ultimate Alliance?
Isn't it ported? I thought
No,
like it
this
said
is brand
Switch.
new, just for Switch.
Ah.
Oh,
Switch
okay.
exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive.
I mean, the Ultimate Alliance games are fun, but it's just Gauntlet.
Yeah,
like-
pretty much.
Yeah.
If you've played Gauntlet, you've played all of those kinds of games.
And you will play that for an hour and be like, okay, let's do something else then.
Yeah. Yeah,
How
pretty
this
much.
goes. But
Yep.
anything else out of any other media that y'all are excited for?
I am super excited to watch Crawl. That
Oh, yeah,
stupid
huh?
alligator movie that came out this last Friday.
Yep.
God, I'm excited for that movie.
Something's wrong with this man.
But I also love terrible / horror movies that are bad.
Yeah.
Not actual good horror movies, but the terrible ones.
Talking
Yeah,
about the
well-
B-rated.
Loves a shark eating people. I'm in.
Just done, right?
I'm in. And this is essentially a shark eating people movie, but with alligators.
You know,
So I'm in.
I was thinking earlier today, is there not a zombie NATO movie out there? Because they had a Sharknado, right? But what if it has zombies in it, flinging zombies at people? That's scary.
That's just a zombie apocalypse.
Well, with the tornado throwing zombies at you.
I bet you that happens in all of the zombie apocalypse. They just don't show that because it'd frighten people too much.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I think that would probably be the easiest way to overcome defenses that the humans are trying to survive with. Just throw them over the wall. Oh.
Or through
Oh,
the
no.
windows and barricades.
It'd be hilarious.
I guess most of their bodies would just go splat. But
Yeah.
dang.
I don't think they wanted to think too much about that because they didn't want to put that together.
Yeah, no,
But-
not at all.
There's that movie, and then Stuber also came out, which is I guess Disney's first like R-rated movie in a very long time.
A Disney movie?
Apparently, from what I just read.
What?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look that up right now.
I know,
20th
right?
Century, it's 20th Century Fox, which is owned by Disney. So yeah,
But that movie looks pretty hilarious.
Oh. Wow.
I've heard a couple people that went and saw it, and they were like, "The movie was awesome."
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be like groundbreaking, but
No, it's a popcorn flick movie.
it's going to be entertaining. I bet.
yeah.
The best word for those movies. Just entertaining.
Yeah.
It has decent reviews, so it's not too bad. I don't. When I look at reviews, I don't care about the critics. They
They
never
don't
get anything
matter.
right. Yeah.
Okay, well, that is good for all the news releases, stuff that we talk about. Now, this portion, this is where we fuse them together in the fusion dance, is we're going to talk about TCGs now. Hopefully, you'll enjoyed so far, and if you're not into TCGs, hopefully you have a good day or the rest of the day. But I guess the first things first, we have it listed down as Force of Will. I don't know much, so y'all can kick that off if you like, Kevin or Trevor.
Okay, so the new Force Will set has been like announced or whatever. You see a couple cards here and there, but this on July 6th, which is the last weekend, there was a Philippines Force Will GP, and it was actually won by our boy Kirik. He came back with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
very unique.
It's kind of crazy. Let's see, what do we got here? It's like a weird red-black Kirik.
Yeah, mainly. There's not much for black though.
Yeah.
But the most interesting part about it is they're actually sideboarding the new Divinity Rulers. So Carrick has an entire rune deck, and one card in particular I'm disappointed in, and I want to know how that works for the man or woman, whoever this person is. But it's basically just Carrick, turn dude sideways. You're not going to do anything.
And just got there.
And yeah, and then if they need to, they'll sideboard in Isis with their old. I'm going to target you 6 times Master Rune. I don't know how the person won with that.
Probably because you have so many dudes on your side. You're just like, I don't. You're at this. You're at what, 12 or whatever, 1200. Dead.
And even weirder than that, they only run one of the new Master Rune, the 2-mana shoot for whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's sideboard.
It's a wild deck.
Yeah. It's basically just Carrick, and then it sideboards in for what you need. I wonder what they put Isis in for. Maybe it was for altar decks. I don't know. I don't see how that would on the altar deck would be affected by what they have. I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued to know what happened in that tournament. But the other most important deck for the top 4 is there was a Shayla. Did about the same thing. Shayla main, sideboard Lucky.
Nice.
Which isn't too bad. And this one actually used the new Master Rune for Lucky, which either Master Rune's perfect for Loki, so by all means, go for it. But this was just basic, it's Thunderstorm, I'm going to do things.
Yeah, but it runs the Last Thunder, and that card is amazing.
It is a good card.
That's the 3 blue, destroy all the dudes if you remove 4, or like if you total remove 3 of them from your hand, deck, or graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Card is insane. It does so much for you.
It really does.
It actually destroys all entities, basically.
It destroys literally everything.
It's amazing for what it does.
Yeah,
cool. There's 4 cards in my deck. I just need one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I used to not like it that much, and then I played with it, and I was like, holy crap, this card is awesome. Because it's literally something your opponent has to let happen before the game can even end.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to realize that that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, and you can give it Thunderstorm, or give it Quick Cast by making it Thunderstorm.
Yeah, I do kind of like the Shayla deck. It's pretty silly. And it also runs Raiju, so it's essentially a 1-mana 6/6 swiftness, as long as the Thunderstorm. That's neat. I hadn't seen that dude in a minute.
They're using it on a lot of. Go ahead.
Sorry, is it like a Merfolk package or?
It's got the Gigafish combo in it. Just one big Gigafish, 1 little fish, and 3 middle fish.
Nice.
Yeah. They have Silent Mermaid, which is a very powerful card. That's the only mermaid other than Shayla.
Yeah.
Which works out.
I also thought that it was pretty interesting that when they do sideboard into Loki, they take out the Path We Part.
they'd have to.
Yeah, they have
They'd
literally no way to play that otherwise, and that kind of interests me. I was like, wow, that's weird.
Well, it's a perfect card because you're guaranteed 4 cards out of your deck, so you can put 4 cards in.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
an easy sideboardable thing.
yeah, and you're probably going to be wanting to put in. Do they only have one
Wait, what
card
is
with
this card?
Awakening? Yeah, I don't know. I guess they chose Loki specifically for her Master Rune, which is understandable because they only have Erendite as the only card in the entire deck that has Awakening to it.
Oh, hold on. Did you see that they're running one and only?
What?
Destroy all non-magic stone entities that share a name with another non-magic stone entity.
I don't need. What?
It's kind of good against Kirik because Kirik likes to drop double Pyels or double pigs.
All I gotta say is this person's ballsy.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It's the most convoluted card that I think I've ever read in this game, and I hate it.
And they run little Happy Dolphin. What is this sideboard? I don't even know right now.
Sideboard, very interesting. I'm also surprised they're running a Garmhelm, but I guess since they're throwing dudes out decently at a decent rate, they can make more. They can get more mana for it, so they can throw out a Gigafish pretty quick.
This deck's pretty silly.
The sideboard's crazy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like other than that, it's just a Brunhild black white ultra deck. You've already pretty much seen it, heard of it. Nothing really outstanding. Just trying to break the card best they can. And then you have a Lucifer, which is just straight up the same thing, basically.
Yeah,
this one
Lucifer
uses,
Altar.
yeah, it has red in it because the samurai dude is too good. Other than that, it's very strange that these two decks are able to combat an altar and get into top 4. Carrick and Shayla. I just want to know what their tech was against it. That's what intrigues me the most.
Yeah, those decks are crazy. I mean, the altar decks are the altar decks. They're really not any different, but
yeah,
the other two are pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
But no Gil.
Yeah. Well, all
don't
I
know.
can see is the top 4.
Gotcha.
That's all I could find.
That's all we can care about.
Yeah,
The Gil's
and
not up there.
basically, it's all you care about is top 4.
Yeah.
Like top 8, top 16, if there's a lot of people, is what you want to go for. But here, top 4 is probably just as good. Like, it's expected to see a Carrick deck, but how they built it is very intriguing. I like it.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
And the Shayla, it's a welcome as well. I haven't seen a Shayla deck, I don't think, top ever. I don't think we've ever seen one top. So this topping and using a lot of the new cards too, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the ruler breakdown. There was Brunhild, Lucifer, Kirik, Shayla, Loki, Hanzo, and the Dust Girl.
Ooh.
No Gil.
No Gil.
That's crazy.
Okay. Was there any wind in there?
Not a lot.
Hanzo. There's Hanzo.
That's about it. Wow.
You didn't say Tamimi though, right?
No.
Surprising. I guess not much.
Well, I mean, it was only like a force wheel of 11 people.
Oh, well, still.
But yeah, there was
better than alternate.
no Chimimi, no Gil. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But hey, GP is GP. That works for them.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Nice.
speaking
I
of,
like it.
Huh?
I like it.
Lock it.
Yep.
Guess with that, anything else in the Force of Will?
Yeah, terrible news. You know, Force of Will is not pretty much right in the head to a degree. And what we mean by that is because they released 3 cards for us for previews for promos. So you have the pre-release kit promo, like you get the whatever the cards you get, and the playmat. So I think they're going to be bringing back dual stones since all of these are multiple color. Then you got a buy a box promo, and then you have the dreadful buy 2 box promo. Which that's the bad news. If this truly is a buy 2 boxes is the only way you get this card, the card either has to be banned or the game dies
Yeah,
almost
straight up.
instantly. Could just do the fact that Kaguya, which is the buy 2 box promo, is a 2 mana 7/7 that counters a spell. So you get a dude, you counter a spell with Seal of Wind and Light. You got all the value you could ever want.
Yeah, that card's insane.
And on top of it, it's a very hard to get card. It's going to be about $70, maybe even $80. Because to buy one of them from the company, you have to buy $200 worth of product at a bare minimum.
Stupid, and that's just one copy out of a playset.
Yeah, so $800 to get a playset. That shouldn't even exist.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like, by all means, if they want to do exclusives, do it like Magic and do buy a box promos, not buy 2.
No, like the buy 2 promo would be fine if all those promos were in the set.
Yes.
Then they could do buy 2 box promos all day long because then nobody would whine about it. And and if you wanted to flex, you could just flex because you got the 4 cards.
Exactly.
But then it puts the problem on the player as them having a problem and needing to show off rather than the company having the problem of we want to be dicks and make cards the way we want to make cards, which I mean, it's their game, they can do that, but it hurts the game in their longevity doing that.
You can't retain people when the meta is so far out of their reach price-wise. It's not even possible.
Yeah.
So
because a normal person that wants to play a game casually or a local game store, they can't drop $800 to get a playset of this card when the person who is a pro at their tournament wanting to do all this stuff can and is unstoppable because of this card.
Yeah.
It's
But
very toxic.
in the same regard, we still have some hope because there is artwork for a Kaguya in this set. I don't know if it's this one or not. I hope it is, because then that means that they would have listened to the community and done things correctly.
And then I have faith and hope.
And I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping that they have started to listen to the community and feedback, because the last PR nightmare was the buy box 2 was with that little elf, and people already lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
luckily, it's not in top 8 too much.
Yeah, and that elf isn't nearly as strong as this buy a box promo for the 2 boxes is. So this one could definitely change the game of Force of Will, whereas the elf didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But
there was a top 8 that the elf was there, but it was okay. It wasn't a you have to have this card or you'll lose.
Yeah, it's not a totally game changing card.
Yeah.
However, me personally, I enjoy the other box promo, the Satan God of the Fallen. That dude's awesome.
That dude's convoluted. That's what he is.
He's got text box like a Yu-Gi-Oh card and way too much text box.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious because essentially it's when you search your deck, you can remove from the game by paying a red or a black. Then as long as you lose life from your cards, you can put a counter on him while he's removed. And then he also gains the ability to be played from his remove zone. And when he comes into play, he does stuff equal to the number of counters on him, whether it's your opponent loses creatures equal to the counters on it, something like that, or you can return creatures from the graveyard to play equal to the counters on it, which is kind of bonkers.
Yeah, like this dude's good. He's 5 mana, so
yeah, I mean,
that is actually
a lot.
He's balanced for what he does, because there's not really a lot of search mechanics, and normally when you're searching, you're kind of tapping out all the way. So it's pretty balanced.
Not a lot of search mechanics. Are you kidding me? There's 3 runes that just search your deck already.
Yes, but like there's not really. Most of those are look ones, so those aren't basically searching for this effect to happen.
Well, that
I mean,
black
I get
one
what you're
costs 2,
saying.
right? Just straight up go look and pick a dude. So you can do that turn 2.
Yeah, but black has like
Yeah.
2 or 3 that just cost 1 mana to search for a card.
Yeah, it's just I haven't seen them been played much, so
No,
that's
like I
fine.
get it, but I don't know. I like this dude. I think he's the right amount of jank that I want to use him.
He's balanced.
Yeah. He's still a janky card.
Yeah, other cards not balanced,
Yeah.
but
No.
both of these are multicolored. So is the buy a box the pre-release promo, which
Is Odin,
give me a moment.
Supreme God.
Yep, he is 6,
6.
2 white, 2 black, 2 for 15/15. It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
But he has flying. You can discard your hand, recover this card, place only ability if you have 1 or more cards in your hand. So you can't just, hey, I'm going to ditch my hand for free because I got nothing to kill you, basically. And he has a mechanic called Faith. So far, no one knows what that does. And they're going to, of course, tell us in the comprehensive rules. But Faith, enter. Destroy all magic stones. If your ruler is astral, heal it. So that's a very interesting mechanic that, like, we've only seen healing an astral counter once, and it was played to a decent degree around here. This one pretty much wipes all stones off and then heals. So that's kind of weird because you can't judgment at that point because you don't have any stones.
Yeah. So you're just back to square 1. But who knows what faith means?
Yeah. And you're at 6 mana to play this dude, so you just lock 6 stones. You're only going to have, on average, 4 more stones left in the deck. And if you play more, it's going to be rough to get those 2 color combinations. So I don't know. This card seems extremely iffy, but we'll have to wait for what Faith says.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever be played, in my opinion.
He probably won't see much play like competitive wise unless Faith is just busted. But I just doubt it because he costs like 6 mana.
Mm-hmm.
If things cost 6 mana and they just don't just inherently win you the game like a Belial, it's not really worth it.
Yeah. People will probably try to cheat this dude in with altar, sacrificial altar. And by all means, you're going to be playing Lila, and then you're going to be probably having this dude down turn 3. So you already have, like, I don't know, probably 4 stones on the field, 5 maybe. You destroy all your stones, and then you still have 13 more to go.
Do they have a name for the playing the card from your hand? Because that could be what it is.
Like, explain
Like
that.
this card has to be played from your hand.
To have that ability?
Yeah, is there an ability like that already or no? I don't remember.
There was, and then they rotted it. The original enter mechanic in the past
No. Like it can only be played from your hand.
only be played. Well, this is saying Faith enter, so I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you have to have faith that it's there in your hand. So if you play it from your hand, then you get the enter ability.
Like they have no ability. They have nothing that restricts it from being cheated into play. But in the past, their old enter mechanic had to have been cast from your hand.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. Faith could be that you have to play him from your hand to get the enter ability.
Maybe
that would make him a lot more like rounded and balanced.
I still think he'd be terrible at that point, but I get what you're saying.
I didn't say it wouldn't be good. Like those words did never say.
Yeah, because it's rough, but if you play 3 colors and you play Shayla's Foresight, destroy all stones. Put my stones back in my stone deck. I want to get stones now. I think that'd possibly be your best way about doing it.
Granted, if this dude does work though, then it's gonna make that green rune do a lot better. That gets back some stones from your graveyard or whatever.
Oh yeah,
the one they used to use with Spirit Stone.
I don't remember
Remember?
that one.
You remember it? It costs like 2 mana, and you get like 2 or 3 stones back. Or it
Oh,
has the other ability to do silly crap.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because that one's still in set. That could be what they were talking about when they said that more support for that card was coming, so they didn't want to break it already.
Yeah. So who knows?
That-
That may be what it is that they're trying to use that or something.
Possibly. But going back to what you said earlier, for the there's hope for the Kaguya being in set due to the fact that there are 20 SRs.
Yeah.
That's a terrible number for SRs, in my opinion.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but that does give hope that it's going to be in the set. But we'll have to see. They'll be releasing it. Hopefully, the first card they spoil is this card. If this is the first card they spoil, we're good.
And we're
Whole
good.
community can breathe again.
Yeah, exactly. If not,
Yeah.
they're gonna riot. Hopefully.
Something. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good for Forcible, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
We'll head into Magic the Gathering, actually, the other TCG that we actually don't talk about much past, our YouTube videos. But speaking of that, we do have a set release review for Core Set 2020, and we also have a giveaway on that video. And if you go there, follow the instructions, you'll see how to enter it, and you'll get a pre-release pack.
If you win.
If you win.
Yep.
If you win,
Yeah,
good luck to you.
we'll be pulling names out of a hat. Basically, it's going to be using the website for a random drawing. It'll be Friday the 19th at midnight. So you have kind of roughly about 24 hours,
Yeah.
something like that, to enter.
Somewhere around there. So I wish you luck. Hopefully you enjoy our set review as well. And we'll get into the basically news of that. What really recently just happened? Star City Games had a tournament. And guess who won the first weekend of release? Mono Red. It was,
Well, of course.
the top two was Mono Red versus Mono Blue, which is pretty hilarious. But the actual deck list of Mono Red is slightly kind of weird and different. It has this new card that I was actually looking at, Chandra's Spitfire. Flying 1/3, whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, it gets +3 until end of turn. Which is really insane if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because they run Ember Hauler, which you can sack to deal 2 damage to a player. Fanatical Firebrand, which is a goblin that you can sack to deal 1 damage to a player. Goblin Chain Whirler does 1 damage to a player. And then, of course, burn spells. So this one Spitfire can do a tremendous amount of damage in one hit.
Yeah, you just keep stacking it up, because if you have 4 Fanatical Firebrands on the field, and you'd be like, take 4. This triggers 4 times. This is a 13-3. Take 13 in your face.
Yeah.
So you took 17 in 1 turn.
Enjoy that, please.
And you can do that by turn 3.
Yeah.
Because, well, no, you can do a decent chunk.
Do pretty
Not
good.
all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, turn 4 for sure.
And
But
even
yeah, no, that's pretty good.
1 mana shock, just 1 red, just there you go. Take 2. Now swing for 4. You just took 6.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
pretty
know.
good.
Like, to me, those cards are so janky that they're not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I get that they can one-shot a person and they're good for that. But I don't know. It just seems too much that it relies on something else for me.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm not a fan of those cards.
Yeah. Well, it also just has the classic run-of-the-mill like Experimental Frenzy, which is an enchantment that you play the top card of your deck, and then Runaway Steamkin, which is broken or not broken, but it's just super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then just burn, just a bunch of burn, and I'm pretty excited about that.
And one of William's favorite cards, Fry. Kill that Teferi.
Yeah.
It's going to work out really well.
For the sideboard, just pay 2,
Yeah.
can't be countered, deal 5 damage to Teferi, and you win.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Out
total,
of curiosity,
yeah.
why do they have 3 Experimental Frenzies sideboard? Is that against control, so they can guarantee one on the field?
Completely
Yes.
against control, yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was wondering, I was like, I'm confused, like, why?
Yeah, it's definitely against the control decks because being able to just get free cards like that is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that it has 20 lands makes me giggle and happy about it. I don't know. And of course, mono blue is just the typical mono blue with the new cards. With some of the new cards, like the one drop instant pirate spirit,
Gotcha.
one drop flash, flying, pay 4, draw a card. Super good.
I'm confused on why they're not playing white just for that Lord. It gives
It's
all your flying dudes +1/+1.
well, they also have Trickster, which is on the ground, and
I guess that's
Tempest
true.
Djinn, because Tempest Djinn can outrace almost anything if you keep it alive for one turn.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because all they're playing is islands, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to convolute it because Tempest Djinn, like every turn, it gets bigger. Hopefully, you're just swinging in.
But
Yeah.
those few dudes from the new set are not the only cards making waves.
Yeah.
Already, because Little Soren, that dude, has totally destroyed Modern. Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not destroyed, but he's made a new deck and it's hilarious.
And also, there's actually 2 vampire Orzhov vampire decks in the top 8
Yeah.
with the new Sorn.
Yeah, but mainly Soren's ability is 3 mana. I do 1 ability, and that's really all I do.
Is you put a vampire creature card from your hand into battlefield.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he reads. But I mean, he's got other abilities. Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
That's what he does. And in Modern, it's literally play Soren, put a vampire into play, and you drop that new like deer-looking changeling from Modern Horizons. The like changeling lord that you choose a creature type, and they all cost 1 less of each of that color. And so you choose slivers, and then you play all the slivers, and you're just like poison counters die. And I was just like, what is this deck? It's so awesome and terrible. I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
Not too bad.
pretty silly, insane for him just to be able to do that.
Yeah, drop in just a vampire. Like, just the amount of things you can do in Commander alone is kind of ridiculous. Because you're like, cool, drop a vampire, drop a Kalitas early, so I just pay 3 black and kill your dude.
Yeah.
Great. Or drop a Olivia Volder and have mana up to just be like, kill your things, steal your things. Hey. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, pretty silly. Also in top 8 there was Elementals showed up, which everyone had been playing on Arena for a very long time. Because this stupid 3-drop Elemental is insane. A Boros Feather deck actually got in top 7. Which, you know,
Really?
yeah, Feather, you target your stuff, you get to exile the card, and then get it back at the end of turn. And I'm
Yeah.
glad it did not get top 8, but there's at least like 8 Nexus of Fate decks after top 8.
Awesome. They got all. It worked for all of that, and they were told no.
Yeah, they were like, you can do good. Like, good for you. But no.
And would you say that the meta for this first whatever it's called
Yeah.
is diverse?
I would say so. I mean, the fact that they're actually using new cards, and the only returning super meta thing would be like Esper Hero, because mono red and mono blue faded off for a while, and it was just Command the Dreadhorde and Esper Hero. That's all it was.
Gotcha.
But now, first weekend, no one's expect, so aggro comes into play. But we'll have to see what happens after the Pro Tour. See what sticks out.
I still don't understand why people play temples. I hate lands coming in tapped.
Because they look at the cards you're getting.
Yeah.
I know, but that doesn't make up for it
If
for
you're
me.
mid-range to control, turn 1, turn 2 doesn't matter. You want to scry the rest of your things away.
I know,
Yeah,
but turn
it just
5
it
when
gives you
wanna-
extra card advantage. That's why they like it.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm going with turn 5 when I need to play my 5-drop. It comes in tapped, and I'm in trouble.
Then you play your not. You would have already played it by then.
Turn 5, I
Hopefully you're
play
right.
my 5th land.
You would have already played that land by then. That's the thing.
Well,
That's the
I know,
hope
but if
for
I
it.
drew that, yeah, that's the hope.
I mean, I get it, but That's the issue and like the main thing.
That's why aggro, if you just want to play 20 lands untapped, then there you go. Because both mono blue and red only has 20 lands.
They only have 20 lands. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Well,
Oh
their
my
highest
god.
their highest casting card, if I'm not mistaken, for mono red is 4 mana, and there's only one main board.
Yeah.
And then mono blue is 3. Like all you need is 2 mana in a mono blue deck,
Yep.
and you're good.
Dude, that's hardcore. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's classic
Really?
Magic right there. Just straight up classic. Love it.
You don't need more.
Nope.
That
No.
is hardcore.
All right. With that, we'll go ahead and get on to the next TCG here. Is a Ardent Saga. Trevor, I'll just hand it off to you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So Argent Saga, for those that do not know, is a newer TCG that is being released. It just ended its Kickstarter not like a week ago. It's basically a trading card game designed by, what is the name? Alter Reality Games. So ARG, if you've seen their names around, they do a lot of the big tournaments for Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Force of Will, and all that. Well, they decided to come up with their own TCG. And to me, it seems to be a mixture of Force of Will, Hearthstone, and some Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's pretty much a mixture of all that. Because you have your shards separated, which is your stones, or your lands, or whatever you call them. And you have a champion of some sort that stays on the field, like a ruler, or are they called champions in Hearthstones?
I think so.
Heroes?
I'm pretty sure
Whatever
you pick your hero.
your hero. It's basically the same thing, and that decides what you want to pick for your color of your deck. Sounds pretty good. Seems not too bad. And they're doing their pre-release, which the only way I believe that you could acquire their pre-release stuff is through their Kickstarter. So then get the game going, and then next set they're probably going to have some kind of official place for your local stores to get it. But it's going to be, let's see, it's like July 27th and 28th. And then the actual set comes out August 1st through 4th. The game seems really fun. And this game seems like it's going to have a lot of hope to it because of the name that created it. So if you're looking for a game that's new, upcoming, and probably want something that's going to last longer, maybe decent, secondhand market, where you can purchase cards, sell cards. I think this is a game that you definitely want to look at.
It seems really cool to me.
Yeah, it seems exciting that, the community has gotten, I don't know, hyped about this new TCG already before it even comes out of Kickstart.
Mm-hmm.
The only negative I have about it so far is the border art of the card. It looks like janky Jihad collector card from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah, it totally does. But there's room for improvement.
Yeah. So hopefully they
Let's
fix
hope
that
so.
soon.
But I think it looks fine. Like the art of the cards is really nice. The design of all the units that they have and spells, it's not too bad. But here on the island, we're thinking about actually dealing with this game, doing some deck techs, potentially going over the new set that's coming out, give some content for it to see if we like it and to see if you like it. And if we can fill all those, then by all means, we'll definitely show content for this.
For sure.
Yep. And see where it goes, and you guys let us know. You would actually like to see more of Argent Saga and all that fun. Okay, I think that really wraps up our first revamped Fusion episode of Lounging by the Fireside. How'd y'all feel about it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Worked
just
out really
chill
well.
out, talk about some stuff.
And with that, just go ahead and announce again. I'm Cardwell.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Trevor.
And with that, hopefully you enjoyed your stay here and enjoyed lounging us next to the fireside. Goodbye.
Later.
Yeah.